Hi everyone! It's been a while since I've done a video, but I wanted to make one to tell you about a very special new addition to our patch. So, please meet Millie Rose. This is Millie. She is a 2021 Christmas edition, full-sized girl. She has really cool hair and just the sweetest little face. And she has a super special, crazy story behind her adoption. And so that's what we're going to do today's video about, is the story of how we adopted her. So this story starts back in December, November maybe, of 2021. So not last Christmas, the Christmas before that. And I got it in my head that I wanted to adopt a Christmas girl with pink hair. And I had been looking through the albums of kids that they had created with pink hair for Christmas. And I had actually seen her photo, so someone had adopted her already, but I really loved her look, and I wanted one like her or a couple of other ones that I had seen. So I had, you know, a select few kind of in mind that I wanted the look of. So there is a group where Cabbage Patch collectors unite to talk about their patches and adopt from one another, re-adopt if you will. And so I had posted in there that I was in search of a pink-haired Christmas girl. I wasn't really sure if anything was gonna pop up. They're not all that common, or at least they weren't at the time. And a few days later, I opened up my phone and I saw a message from a lady saying, hi, I have this girl for sale that might fit what you're looking for. And it was her. It was one of basically the two photos I had seen that was like my ideal. And I was like, oh my gosh, right? I was like freaking out, like, yes, this is exactly who I wanted to adopt. So we talked about price and shipping and all that and got it all worked out. And I was all ready to adopt her and bring her home. Here is where the story starts to get crazy. So a few days later, you know, as the seller is getting ready to package her up and ship her out to me, I receive a message saying that Millie Rose has been lost. And I was like, what? Lost? It had happened that this seller, when she originally adopted her off of the Babyland website, she hadn't even gotten a chance to really open the box and unpack her, so she was still brand new in her original shipping box. And somehow this box with her in it had gotten misplaced and she couldn't find it anywhere. I was shocked, I was devastated, she was devastated. She was super sweet and apologetic about it, and of course I was like, I understand these things happen. She just couldn't believe that, you know, she wasn't able to find this box right where she thought she had put it. I couldn't believe that the box was missing. It was one of those, like, it was too good to be true kind of situations, right? I can't believe I'm not gonna get her home after all. So the seller reassured me that as soon as she found the box, she would, you know, contact me and get her shipped out. So I had my fingers crossed. And a bit of time went by and box wasn't turning up anywhere. In the meantime, this seller, who was a fantastic lady, actually offered me a different kid to adopt, to kind of in place of this one, since payment had already been handled and everything. And so I went ahead and did that. But I was still really thinking about my Millie Rose. I had picked her name out and I had actually picked an outfit out for her already and everything. And so I was just like, oh, I hope she turns up still. So time goes by. This was November of 2021. Christmas rolls around, January comes, I'm not hearing anything from her, and I'm kind of starting to think, like, I wonder if the box is really ever gonna show up. I start thinking all of these like crazy what ifs, you know, What if the box accidentally got thrown in the trash and like this beautiful Cabbage Patch Kid is in the landfill somewhere? You know, what if she's never going to turn up? And time goes on, and you know, as a significant amount of time goes on, about a year passes. Now it's November of 2022. I've kind of moved on, right? You know, I've adopted other kids with pink hair. That's become a favorite of mine in our patch. And I'm not necessarily really thinking that she's ever gonna show up at this point, but I do occasionally still think about her. I saved her picture on my phone, and you know, I remember her, but I'm kind of like just trying to like let go of the hope, right, that she might be coming back. So I'm not really thinking about her at this point. So fast forward, a lot more time goes by to January of 2023. So this past January 1st to be exact. And I wake up in the morning. I had actually not been feeling that great the night before, and I was kind of in a funk. It was the first day of the year, and I was like, not really feeling that good, you know, just kind of get up, and the first thing we do when we get up is you open your phone, right, check your notifications. And I see I have a message from the original seller, from this lady, and she and I have kind of stayed in touch. We've chatted before, so I kind of am thinking, you know, she's wishing me a happy new year, which is super sweet. So I open my phone, I open this message, and I cannot believe my eyes. She tells me that she's found the box with Millie Rose inside, and I am like mind-blown. I'm like, what? You found her after all this time? So you're probably wondering like what had happened, right? Where was she hiding? It had turned out that a family member of hers had come over to collect some things, and they were all in boxes, and when he picked up these boxes of his, her box happened to have gotten in with that stuff accidentally, and because it was, you know, kind of sealed up still, he just accidentally took this box, and it had been sitting in a storage unit of his for over a year. And just recently it had been discovered, like, what is this box? What's in here? And they had realized, oh my gosh, it's a Cabbage Patch Kid. Like, how did that happen? And I was like over the moon. I was like, this could not be a better start to 2023 than to have her finally found and able to come home. So she shipped her off to me, and a few days later she arrived. We have her outfit that I had picked out for her, and just thrilled to have her in my patch. She's definitely a forever baby. I'm never going to sell her or get rid of her. Not only do I still just love her and love the way she looks, it's like a super special memory now of how she was found and finally united with me after all that time. And it's funny, I think there's a kind of a popular expression that the collector community uses, that's the right baby always finds their way to you. So, you know, if you see a kid on the website and somebody else happens to adopt them, or you really love a kid in somebody else's collection, you feel like there's no hope of ever owning that kid or one like it for yourself, we always say, like, don't lose hope. Like, crazy things have happened, like this story, where the right kid will always eventually find their way to your patch. And now I am definitely a believer in that.